Hi, I'm Emma, and you're watching My Birthway, and this is the 30 weeks pregnant update, which feels like a pretty exciting time because 30 weeks just seems really like near the end of the pregnancy. I feel like it's gone by so fast, and I'm a little sad that it's gone by so fast, but I'm also kind of glad at the same time because I guess that means it's been rather easy for me so far. Otherwise, it would have felt like it dragged on and on, probably. But the other thing is that we're just kind of running out of time to do other stuff related to getting the baby area set up in the house and reorganizing the rooms that we're planning on doing and stuff. And so it's a little stressful just because of that. But some days I'm stressed about it. Some days I'm just like, there's nothing I can really do because we have to get this other stuff done first, and then we'll get to do that. And that shouldn't really take too long because that's the fun stuff, and we'll see though, because I have less energy now than I used to. But so this week, I would say a couple big developments have been, one of them has been I now have carpal tunnel syndrome in my right hand, which is the hand I favor. And that sucks. Now, it's not really so bad. I mean, it doesn't really hurt, I guess. I know it can. And from looking it up, it's not actually carpal tunnel syndrome. It's just symptoms that mimic that because there's no real damage in there. Like with carpal tunnel, there can be damage, like nerve damage and things like that. It's just the swelling that is common during pregnancy is extended to my wrist, even though you can't visually tell. It sort of swells inside and puts, compresses the sort of, I don't know if it's a tendon or a ligament band in your wrist that puts pressure on the nerves of your fingers. So carpal tunnel is characterized by like kind of a numb thumb, numb like hand, numb pointer finger, middle finger, and then just this side of the ring finger, not this side or the pinky, because they're not really involved in that band. And yeah, I can tell it's not numb here, it's not numb there, but it's a little numb. It hasn't affected my grip or anything. It's just noticeable, and I'm hoping that it doesn't continue to get a lot worse. So anyway, I'm continuing to drink a lot of water. That helps. Eating salt helps. I think a lot of recommendations say, oh, don't eat as much salt. That's crap. Keep the salt up, that kind of thing. So anyway, so that's one big thing that I've gotten used to, and it's just sort of harder to feel some things and pick up little things. Like, have I picked it up? I can't tell, so that's happening, but like, if that's still my worst complaint, it's not really a big deal. Another thing that sort of freaked me out this week, and I actually ended up calling the midwives about it, because they have a number you can call anytime, and it's not the office number. It goes directly to the midwife on call, and you can just ask questions or say, I'm in labor, whichever it is that I think I have lost weight. I mean, the scale, that we have, isn't great, and I haven't been weighing myself on it, so I don't have such a great comparison. I think it's like a 3 pounds over thing. Like when you look at it, you're like, okay, it's definitely over if you look at it when it's on 0. But I weighed myself on that, and I'm like 4 or 5 pounds less than a few weeks ago when I got weighed at the birth center. So that was like worrying at first, but then I realized like, I think I've lost weight, and maybe it's water weight. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that it's water weight. Cause like I feel like my face used to be a bit fatter and my arms used to be a bit fatter, but I feel like now they kind of are gone. I look like I did before being pregnant, but just with a stomach stuck on. It's kind of what I feel like. So that's interesting. So I don't know if it's water weight or what, but the midwives said, that can happen. Also based on Jason's research from forever ago when we were looking into stuff, it's more common, or it's common. It doesn't necessarily have to happen, but it can happen to where you gain some weight during the first trimester, not much. You gain more during the second, and then during the third, sometimes the weight goes away because the baby's using it all. And I think I've been eating enough food. Some days I probably don't eat quite enough and I wake up really starving, but like, so it could be that. It could be the extra fat that I added getting melted off. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So that worried me at first, but everything, is fluctuating. And it was over the course of like a week or two, it wasn't like 3 days I've lost weight, and it wasn't because I was sick or anything, so I'm not dehydrated too. So it's interesting. I think that also drinking all the fluids is helping me flush the extra fluids out of my system. So that's something that's interesting, and we'll see if I start to get bigger again. I expect that I will, but I was thinking I would end up at probably 100 180 pounds or something. But I don't know if I'm going to get that big, like, before birth. Because I started at, like, 147, 148, and then at that last weigh-in, I was at 170. But when I weighed myself this week, it was, like, 165, 66, kind of, unless my scale was too weird, which is possible. So I think that's interesting. So I don't think I'm going to blow up like I kind of thought I would. I don't know. Everybody's body's different. So the good thing is that it's okay, you know, and I'm sure I'll start to get bigger again. But, yeah, so that's happened. Another huge event, which doesn't seem like it's a huge event, but it really is. And let me tell you, folks that haven't done a baby registry and are natural-minded people and have specific ideas of what you really want to, you're careful about what plastic you're buying, and, like, if you're buying plastic, or if you're doing, what chemicals are in everything. It's the most daunting task I've done in a long time. I had to get Jason to help me. He was like, "Can't you do it yourself?" I was like, no. Like, because he's much better at researching things online and doing it faster. I just get stuck, and I'm just like, I get confused. No, I need your help. Like, I can't research all these things. Like, the kind of bed mattress and the sheets and everything, and the clothes and the brands and stuff, because we're trying to do organic cotton whenever we can. So the good thing is now I have a good clue about things that are good, because we spent so much time looking into it. And I feel like we spent, like, the better part of a week, like, every evening, like, adding 2 things to the registry over time, because it's like, oh my God, come on. Like, it takes so long to look into those things and to pick the best one for us, because we're also farmers. So we need, like, a really awesome heavy-duty stroller that's, like, the off-road, hiking stroller. And we need, like, a carrying backpack when the kid is older, like, for hiking, even though it would be for farm work. Things like that, I don't know, it's like we're a combination between, like, a classic loves the outdoors couple, that, like, wants all the hiking things, but it's not for hiking, and a couple who is, like, just really trying to do the all-natural thing. So it's been really tough, and then trying to pick, like, which size crib. Do we want the bigger one or the smaller one? Or what are we going to do for bottles? And we ended up deciding on glass mason jar bottles with a cool detachable nipple kind of thing, So lots of things to consider. So the good thing is now I'm a resource for that. So if you need to see my registry, because it's open to the public, go for it. I can send you the link if you want to send me a message, So definitely go for it. Because now I feel like I can help other people kind of figure out what they want. And I'll be better at it after we use stuff and we know if what we got really works for us, But that has been, like, the most epic thing this week, is doing stuff on the baby registry. And it was really stressful at first, because our baby shower is coming up in, I guess, 3 weeks or so. And we really needed to get it going. So I think we're good. We've added, like, everything except, like, the extra supplies for, like, a breast pump, because I don't know what kind I'm getting yet. But, like, that's simple. The other stuff, so hard. So really start on that in advance, especially if you're a little bit pickier about the things you're getting. You're not just going to go to Amazon and look at the best reviews. You're going to also look at the product materials and where it's made and, like, all the chemicals in it, and, like, go to all these websites and look up which is the best natural choice. Like, if you're pickier like we are, you need more time, definitely, than I thought we needed. And then beyond that, it's exciting. We have a vacation coming up, kind of. I'm officiating a family member's wedding in Georgia, and so that's going to be really fun. We're going to go get a vacation, sort of, but it will be a vacation. See family, and I get to be a big pregnant person around family, which will be really fun, and get to eat a lot of food that I'm not used to eating, which is fun at this stage in the game. It's kind of boring to eat the same food you cook for yourself every day. It's kind of fun, more novelty, obviously, to have exciting other food, like, ooh, what are we going to eat? I'm excited. It's going to be good, because I know our family likes good food, but it's nice to just have variety. So that's my 30-week update. It feels really real and exciting now. It has before, but I don't know. It's just every week it's more like, oh my God, like, this is really happening. There's going to be a detached from me human with a personality hanging out in our house starting sometime in July or early August. So, okay. Thanks so much for watching again, as always. And we will see you. I'm a we now. Yeah, I am a we now. Ha. Okay. We will see you in a week for the 31-week update. And I'm Emma, and I'll see you then. All right, bye.